Welcome, Avatar nerds, to another Avatar video. Today we are doing which Avatar character could keep their New Year's resolution alive the longest, because most people don't. But let's see what Avatar characters can. Aang, the entire year, he's a monk. He's got that monk stuff and it's probably like got that, just I mean, I don't know. Monks always, dedicated, I feel like, and all that. And we have Azula the entire year or a week, depending on what you say, because before she was like, almost isn't good enough and wanted to be perfect. But then after post-mental breakdown, she's like, so both of them could work, so I just averaged them out to 6 to 7 months. So yeah. And then we have Ba of To, 8 to 9 months. Fairly dedicated guy. He put in the work. Tattered Virgin, a week, sadly. His goal is probably to keep his cabbage stand or cabbage cart open for a whole year, but Team Avatar would ruin that. So because of those darn meddling kids, he probably wouldn't make his goal very quickly. Sadness. Gyatso, the entire year, he's a monk, and even higher than Aang because he's a more elderly monk. Then Ha of Ko of Da, 10 to 11 months, got that. I feel like this pretty dedicated guy, got that dedication. Hama, 6 to 7 months. Head of, Azula. I mean, she was very dedicated to, the Fire Nation people, and, every full moon she was dedicated to, bending them, but also, I don't know. That's just because she has a personal vendetta against the Fire Nation. I mean, there you go, Hama. You got an upgrade. Instead of 6 to 7 months, you are now 8 to 9 months. Perfect. Then we have Ha of Ru, put into 4 to 5 months. He seems fairly dedicated, but also he could probably lose it in just Iroh, the entire year. He's Iroh. He's got that chill vibes. So Iroh. Zhang of the Zhong. He's Zhong. He's got those chill vibes about fire. Jet, 6 to 7 months. He's fairly dedicated on destroying the Fire Nation with blasting jelly. Am I? Then we have Jing, 2 to 3 months. I don't know. She doesn't seem and she's a city girl that I've used before, which is I don't know. She doesn't seem like she would particularly care about it. Then we have Ju of D, the entire year, because I feel like she would be programmed to do a task forever, because she's always oh, welcome to Ba Sing Se, and she has programming in her mind, so I feel like she would just be programmed to be dedicated to her task the entire year and years to come until she dies. So Judy is up there, unfortunately. June, 8 to 9 months. She's very dedicated because she's a bounty hunter, and she's used to going on long bounty hunting jobs and doing lots of work for a long time. Katara, 8 to 9 months. She's very dedicated and motherly, and she's got that dedication going, and she could stick to one New Year's resolution. King Bumi, 10 to 11 months. He's got that neutral Jing stuff, and he could go for a long time, but also he's he can be a bit goofy, and I feel that might hurt. I don't know. Key of Yoshi, the entire year, because she's immortal, and even higher than Judy. Because she is, like, immortal, and a year is, like, nothing in mass amounts of time. Like, I mean, she's been dedicated doing the Avatar, being a good Avatar her whole life. Like, seriously. I don't know. Kyoshi's just a different beast. Long shot, 8 to 9 months. A lot of characters in the 8 to 9 months. He seems, like, fairly dedicated. He's got that. And it's not a long shot that he could go for at least 8 months. Just in case you're wondering, these are the rest of the characters. We're going to this cutting point. Why am I messing up? All of these characters are not in there, But, yeah, most of the characters are in here. Very tall tier list. Then we have May, a week. Emo. Whenever, like, I have May, most of the time I just say emo. That's why. Just emo. Mechanist, 8 to 9 months. He seems, like, fairly dedicated. He's making a lot of inventions. I feel like inventions would take a long time to make, so he's used to working on one thing for a long, long time. So, yeah. Ozai, a month. He's, like, very enraged. I mean, he go for more than a week, but he's like, Then we have Paku the entire year. He's part of the White Lotus. He's got that, like, chill vibes. Then P of Andao, the entire year. He's part of the White Lotus. He has those chill vibes. Pipsqueak, 6 to 7 months. He just seems like he could be fairly dedicated. Maybe less than Jet. Then we have another character called Subscribe. This character, probably for the entire year. You should be subscribed for the entire year. And, like, subscribing, liking, commenting on what suggestions you would like to see for this video. I mean, it's a really great character, and I feel like they're very dedicated. Subscribers are very dedicated to watching content, and, so thank you. Smellerbee, 6 to 7 months. So, he seems like, I don't know. Seems like average. Sokka, 45 months. He's like, Suki, she was, like, fairly 10 to 11 months. She was, like, very dedicated, being Kyoshi warrior, not upholding her tradition, and also not upholding her traditions, but, like, Teo, 45 months. Not to be, like, mean or anything, but being disabled can definitely make some New Year's resolutions harder, especially working out and all that. No. The Boulder, 2 to 3 months. We have, I don't know. It just seems like not the highest attention span. The Duke, 6 to 7 months. It's not Duke, it's the Duke. Toph, a month. She's blind, and I don't know, that might impair what she's doing, and also, like, she doesn't have the highest, like, attention span. She'll be, like, laughing and all that. I don't know. Doesn't seem like the most dedicated. Ty Lee, 2 to 3 months. She's, like, fairly dedicated. She's got this dedicated circus job. But also, she did get a career change, and also, like, I don't know, she's happy-go-lucky and, like, would want to do things on her own. Wang Chitong, the entire year, he's, like, basically, not, like, I don't know, we actually don't know how old Wang Chitong is, but he seems very, very old, and, like, maybe even older than Kyoshi. Yeah, probably. Because I don't think we actually definitely know, but, like, and he's collected all this knowledge, and I feel, but maybe not, because he doesn't have hands. But it depends what his goal is, but not having hands might make it harder. Yue, 8 to 9 months. She's, like, barely dedicated, average dedication. Prince Sokka, baby, Then we have Zhao, 4 to 5 months. He can have a hot temper, but only sometimes, because sometimes the show is weird and it acts like a kid show because it is a kid show and it's rated TV7, even though they talk about death and genocide, so I don't know. Then we have Zuko, a month / 4 to 5 months, because it depends on which version of Zuko you're talking. Like, you know, good side Zuko is very in, like, rage and flares up at everything. But, after that, it's, like, a lot better. So, on average, 2 to 3 months. So, yeah. And those are all the characters, and, you can comment down below what you would put your ranking differently, if you would say some of these characters would be higher or lower. And thank you for watching, and goodbye, Avatar Nerd.
Security!